Friday at the 2018 Australian Amateur Championships, the event being held in Western Australia for the first time since 2010, Lake Karrinyup, the host venue of the match play rounds. We started the day with 48 players and said goodbye to 32 of them. There'll be no defending men's champion this year, Matías Sanchez losing on the 20th hole of his round of 16 match. Canada's last man standing made some big putts, but Hugo Bernard was defeated in the morning on the 19th. As one of the two remaining Taiwanese players, Si-Han Lin fought bravely but lost her round of 16 encounter on the 19th also. Zach Murray knocked out top seed Connor McKinney in the morning but lost his afternoon match on the last. Victorian Stephanie Bunke had her eyes on a quarterfinal spot, but she was defeated 1 down. Geordie Gardner from New South Wales made it to the afternoon but went down after losing the 18th hole in his tightly fought match. And Lake Karrinyup member Joseph Owen had plenty out following him in the gallery, but lost in the afternoon on the 21st. So turning to tomorrow's quarterfinalists, we'll start with the women. Top seed Ayeon Cho from South Korea had a big 5-3 win. She'll be playing Japan's Ryo Ishii, who had a 3-2 win over the last New South Wales woman in the field, Kelsey Bennett. Min-Ae Yoon trailed for most of her match but fought back to win 2-1. She's up against Taiwan's Han Seon-yu, who had the day's biggest win, 7-6 over Im Moon. In the bottom half of the draw, Suzuka Yamaguchi was all square playing the last and edged out Stephanie Bunke 1 up. Her opponent will be West Australian Kirsten Rudgley, who had another good win, 3-2 over Kono Matsumoto. The last quarterfinal will feature Japan's Yuna Nishimura. She needed 19 holes this afternoon to beat Si-Han Lin. And she'll face off against the second West Australian female left standing, Hira Naveed, who rallied from behind to beat Selen Hyun 3-2. To the men's championship, and Peter Lyons through to the quarterfinals after dispensing of both Charlie Dan and Zach Murray in his 2 Friday matches. He'll be up against fellow Queenslander Shea Wills-Cobb, through to the quarterfinals for the 3rd consecutive year. 2 Japanese men have advanced to the quarters. Daiki Imano took out defending champion Matías Sanchez over 20 holes, and he's facing red-hot Victorian David Micheluzzi, who hasn't been past the 15th hole in his 3 matches so far this week. The England flag still flying, David Haig producing a great up and down on the final hole of his match to knock out Geordie Gardner. And he'll be playing the other Japanese player, Keita Nakajima, who beat local hope Joseph Owen. New Zealand still in the race, with Jordan Woodall making an amazing birdie on 18 in the afternoon and then winning his match 1 hole later. He's up against West Australian junior Josh Greer, who knocked out Min Woo Lee in the morning and then took care of Kyle Michelle over 20 holes in the afternoon. The quarters and semis will be held tomorrow as we edge closer to crowning this year's champions.